Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to the first episode of another Thea to the Shattering series. The previous series ended when our database became incompatible with the latest patches, so I had to end the previous series, and I wasn't sure if I'd start a new Let's Try series before the full release of the game, but there is still one thing that I kind of want to test before the full release. Something I read about on forums, and someone even recommended it in comments during the previous series. So I was thinking, why not? Let's do it, and I may as well do it on camera because from the reactions on the previous series, there are quite a few comments that were asking if I could maybe do one more short series before the release. So yeah, here it is. But it's gonna be more like testing, like something I want to try. So there might be some reloading. And what are we gonna test? Well, I want to learn how to start the game when I want to start the first village on one of the secondary islands, right? The last time we started on the island where we spawned. And I know that quite a few people are starting so that they move to the other island, to one of the other islands, and start right next to a tier 3 resource. I want to test that out. I've never done it, so I will have to learn the requirements, like how much food, how much wood do I have to take with me, and like how many other resources are maybe required, and how likely it is to find a decent location for a village on one of the secondary islands. Oh, I already created the profile for this, and we're gonna start a new game, and we're gonna be playing as Stribog because, well, let me quickly check the difficulty, and I'll tell you why when we get to the next screen. Here, because of this unique ability, favorable winds starts with the Stribog's raft, +2 movement points when traveling on water. So, of course, if we want to move to one of the other islands, we need the ship, and I guess having a ship right away will help with that. I know that it's the only god that starts with the ship, so moving to the island with other gods will be a little bit different, but for the first try, I wanted to have the ideal settings. What is not ideal about, actually not sure about the pronunciation, if it's Stribog or Stribog maybe, I'm not sure. But what's not ideal about our god is that we have, or we can start with craftsman and gatherer, right? We don't have a combat character. So for a while, especially red challenges might be a problem. And I was also thinking that maybe I could try a bit different settings and go with the 2 extra children instead of 2 adults. So I'll be taking 1 gatherer. I'll pass on the craftsman. I'll go gather the 2 extract children, and of course the Crow's Hidden Gems and the Granny's Pantry. I'm not sure if this is ideal settings when we are not planning to start the village early, because of course we'll have to feed more people. We'll have to feed 4 instead of 3 people, which means the food requirements will be a bit it will be a bit more challenging to feed everyone, or we won't be able to last for that long without reliable source of food. But we'll see how it works. If we can survive the very early game and our children will grow up, then it's definitely stronger, because we all have 1 adult that's a gatherer, and then in ideal conditions we will get a warrior, Jerka, and either a hunter or a healer from our children. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. But enough talking, let's move on. Okay, fine. Let's actually make one of our children our main character. Can we get like a different picture? Let's take this one. Fine, so these are the settings, and I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna load the game off camera. Okay, so here we are. It didn't take that long to load the game. They reduced the loading time quite significantly, actually. It was maybe even not 10 seconds. Uh, Again, this is just testing, so we don't really care about the story, so let's skip it. And we get some wood, some fruit, and we are starting right next to the fish, which is quite useful. And also I want to check the minimap. How does that look like? They added the minimap recently. Because where I would like to go is to the, what I call elven lands that are now down here. The map is always different, right? So you can be unlucky and end up with some islands being very far away. But this time it's pretty good. This island is quite close. The other islands are quite inhospitable. This one is probably the most like dangerous one. The one with mushrooms. Then we have another one like a deadlands with all the dead trees around. Then another one. That's actually these are the deadlands. This time, this one actually I'm not sure what this one is because you can see that there are some normal trees. Then we have, this is the, actually not sure which this one is. This is the, no, this should be, actually I thought this one would be with hills everywhere. It doesn't look like that through the fog of war. There are now some hills here. Well, it doesn't really matter. I want to start the village on this island because it looks like the friendliest one right there of like forests everywhere. So there should be a decent chance that we find a location with wood that is next to food and hopefully at the same time next to a tier 3 resource. And this is my biggest problem when I'm trying to, or when I'm thinking about like settling on the one of the secondary islands, it takes quite a while to get there, and our supplies are quite limited. So, the way to make this work reliably is to just save the game now, go exploring until we run out of resources. Hopefully, during the time you find a decent village locations, we just remember where it is, reload, and then go straight there and start the village. I think that would be like ideal. But I want to make this work without reloading. So what I should probably do is first on this like island where we spawn, find a location with wood and food so that we can gather some materials, and then we can embark and travel to the second island when we have enough wood and food for a bit longer. We have enough food for 21 days now, but the problem is because of some events that are guaranteed to happen because they're connected to the main story, we're gonna lose quite a bit of food. So, where are we gonna start? We're gonna start in the inventory, check what we have. So, our children. Okay, one thing I noticed about the extra children that we can get from the start is that these two children are starting with extra stats. So, this one is starting with extra strength, wisdom, and destiny. So, let's leave him with the Amber Club. The other one is starting with extra perception and intelligence and also wit. So this is most likely gonna be our hunter. So instead of the wand, I'm actually gonna give this one the crossbow and also the crow for the extra perception. Here is our gatherer who has bone artifact and amber robes, which is just bad. And then the last child, this is the normal child that you get every time, no matter which bonuses you pick. And as you can see, this child doesn't have any extra stats. Let's give this one the 1, so everyone has at least something. But we still want to avoid challenges as much as possible, especially like normal combat, because we are not ready. Okay, that's one thing, and now we looking for food and wood. Come on. Actually, where are forests? Up here. But I don't want to go... Actually, maybe we could go this way. Yeah, let's actually go this way. I don't want to go in the wrong direction, which means here that would just move us farther away from our destination. Yep, don't care about the story too much. There is some more food, which is nice, but we need food and wood. But as we ended the turn next to research we are interested in, we are gonna sit here or stay here during the night or until the next turn. So may as well get some extra wood. And this is why I wanted to have a god that allows us to start with the gatherer, because now we are guaranteed to get the full stack in between turns. That's pretty important. Without the gatherer, we wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, let's avoid those animals if possible. But I can't. So let's just embark. Because it's faster to explore it this way. There's fish. Fish is nice, but we need wood. Of course, when you need wood, there is none. Uh-oh, whoa, there we go. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. Now, we want to get fish every turn. And how much wood can we get? Let's see if I did it. This way. To get a fish every 2 turns and wood every 2 turns. Because we need 18 wood to start the village, right? We now have 10. So when we think about the time it's gonna take us to travel, we're gonna need like 40 wood. I'd also like to get some extra experience. You don't need to get that much. I think you need to get like 7 or 9 experience for the whole group to level up. I think if I should try this. Whatever. This should just give us a challenge that we should be able to handle, hopefully. And the damage that we take is not relevant. I just hope we can handle this. Okay, we need someone. This is not gonna work. I need this child to go last so that the truth. Oh, that's if the target has armor. Never mind. I thought that was poison. Okay, so we want the child to actually shoot first to do 6 damage. Can use this one now. That's the poison damage. And this one to soak up some damage. Oh, we have a child that actually starts with a ghostly axe. This could be an amazing hunter. Fine, let's just do it this way. Won't be able to use 1 point, but okay, whatever. Just wanted to have like all the hit points that we have available on board so that we can soak up as much damage as possible. Okay, what do we want to hit next? 4, 4, 4. This is a copy of the same card. Okay, so we want to take that out. Yeah, this is why I don't want to get into like normal combat, because we can win some easy challenges, but we can't win them like without some damage. So if this was a challenge where the damage stays in the end, this would actually be a pretty bad result. Okay, good. So we got the experience. That what we came for. Don't care about the physical blessing, really. Just want the experience so that we get the level up. Let's actually save the game here. This is testing, so... in case something goes wrong, we can return to a position that seems to be stable. And how does it look like with our experience? Also, what I should have checked is how long it's going to take our children to grow up. So we need 1.5 more experience, basically one more event. And that's 25 for this one, 28 turns for this one, and 19 for this one. So it's still quite a while. Oh, that's some extra food. And that's enough experience to get the level ups. Good. This child... Let's see. This child is a strong one. This is the one with the hypers. Actually, I really want a hunter though. What if I just took wits here because we got +2? No, this is also the fast. Wrong stats. Thinking about just taking intelligence and pass on the hunter and make this one our Zherka. This one would then get strength and just make sure we have someone for normal challenges. That we have a warrior. For our gatherer, you want to buff up perception to increase the gathering. And the last one, well, let's buff up intelligence as well, so that we have plan B if the first one fails, then we can try Zherka again, because we want to get Zherka as soon as possible, of course. It's not ideal. I would rather this one to get wisdom and this one to get double perception, but this we'll have to do. Oh, what the hell is that? Some spiders? It looks like just one spider. I hope we can handle that. Now we have enough food for 23 days. Let me check something. Cooking. Where is cooking? Here. Do we have a recipe for these resources? We do. Gathering. Do we have a child? Let's see. This one is gonna stay here. One of these two. How? I was hoping we'd get a child that has 25 crafting. I could just use both. These are not such a bad numbers, but they are really fast. Do you want to risk this? Thing is, if I run away, I can run away, take a little bit of damage and run away, but if I do that, I'll have to, or they will attack me next turn again, so that doesn't solve our problem. Should just run away. Let's see, how much damage can we do? 7, 14. That's not enough. That's 11. Damn. Have to run away. To try to search this place. Might be able to handle this one because we are just fighting against one character. Do I have some kind of debuff available? No. So how much damage do we have right now? Not enough. It's 11. This is still not good enough. I mean, this is enough damage, but that we almost lose this child. I really can't do anything about that. Okay, so we got a lot of food from this. That's nice. If we survive. Because this way, I think I can just stop gathering food. Just go all in on wood. I think it's not gonna work. Yeah, this is the problem that these stupid spiders won't let us be. Much damage is there? 14, 16. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, got it. We lost. This is the problem when we take children, basically just children with us, and no one can really fight. Just can't afford to fight. They're still here. Okay, fine. Lesson learned. Can we... Oh, I probably have to use this file. Ah. Yeah, this is before the level up. Well, let's already make the change that we started cooking. Actually, check all the children. 19. No, they're all horrible. Somehow this time only 2 of us get the level up. So this one is the intelligence and this one is the perception. And here we want to get, what was it, strength and intelligence, right? Okay. So now, what if I just... Oh, wait. Focused on the wood. This should be, hopefully, some free experience. Okay, I'll just kill this one card and then we should be fine. Okay, And this is enough. Good. So how much wood do we have? 26. We need to stay 3 more turns, I think. Oh, great. What about our equipment? What is it made of? It's gems, more gems, leather bone. Okay, this is actually not too bad. And the wind is over. So now we break the camp, and this will have to be enough for what we are planning. So let's save again. Where do we want to go? Here. Okay, here we are. We have 13 days to find something. Probably like 11 days. Because remember, 18 wood is what we need for to start the village. How does it look like here? I think we go north. You land here on the hill to have a look around, and then head north. Hope that we find what we are looking for. So it's food, wood, and tier 3 resource in range of the village. Well, we're gonna do that in the next episode. I think this one is long enough. So what have we learned? We learned that with the start, we definitely have to avoid like classical combat. The like difficulty 1 challenges are fine. They're just free experience. But any combat where we take actual damage is a problem, and we have to run away from that. That's one thing. And what else? Well, other than that, so far so good, I would say. We got the wood, we got enough food to eat, so yeah, now that's the second part. That's something that I have a problem with. How likely it is with these settings, with the 250% difficulty, how likely it is that we're gonna find the location that we are looking for, that will have everything that we need. There is still the option to just go for a location that has food, tier 3 material, and doesn't have wood. And we will just gather some wood around, which is usually not a big deal. But the wood would have to be at least in like a reachable distance, not like 20 tiles away. And the question is, I think there is a location like that on the map. The question is, can we find it in time that we have? So yeah, we're gonna find out in the next episode. We are done for this one. I hope that you like the idea for this episode, and that you're gonna join me next time again. Until then, have a good time. Bye bye.